Okay. Hi guys, my name is Lacey Noel, and today I'm going to be doing a look from the movie Beetlejuice. I have this very iconic dress, and since I finally got my hands on it, I thought I'd do this look. Lydia Deetz makeup tutorial, so there we go. And also, Winona Ryder is one of my all-time favorite actresses, and also, fun fact, when I was a baby, my mom almost named me after, like either one of her two characters, so my name would have been like Lydia, or it would have been Myra from Great Balls of Fire, but I ended up being Lacey because my mom liked that name too. But yeah, fun fact. So let's get started. I have my foundation already on my face, so I'm going to just kind of go in with this Atomic Cosmetics little white girl wasted cream foundation, and I'm just gonna go in there with like a beauty blender, and I'm going to highlight certain parts of my face. But you don't want to go too white because you don't want to, I mean, it's not a Beetlejuice makeup tutorial, but you know. Now that we're pretty much done with the white highlight, we're going to jump right into the actual contour. So for this, I'm going to be using Kat Von D's Shade Light contour kit, and it's like, and also like, I mean, if you guys see this in Sephora, I highly recommend it because it's the best contour kit I've ever used. It's just so like, it's so smooth, and also it blends really nicely, so it's really good for special effects makeup too. So I'm going to blend this in up here. And to kind of get more of Winona's face shape, I have a very round face. So I'm just going to kind of define my cheekbones, really. My cheekbones, and right here, so that I can kind of get that a little bit more of her face shape. See how we're getting a little bit more of a carved out feature up in here? And then after you kind of get like the shape that you want, you can go in with a bigger brush like this one. I think this is actually a blush brush, but I like to use it to blend out my contour a bit. You're just going to rub that in, you know, with no product on it, and kind of blend all of that out. Also, since we kind of have more of the face of this, you know, like the face shape that we want, I'm actually going to go in with a bit of a darker contour, and I'm going to go right under here where the hairline is, and I'm going to define it a little bit more in here. Just a little bit. I think for now we're good with a contour on my cheeks. Now we're going to go in to the underneath part of the eye with, you know, that light contour shade again. And since Lydia has very kind of she has very kind of tired looking eyes, so I'm going to just define the bags under my eyes just a little bit. You don't want to do it too much because that's just gonna put, I don't know, I feel like it's gonna put too much emphasis on that part, and we don't want to make her too tired. So we just want to lightly blend this color in. And in right there. Since that actually may be a little bit too harsh, I'm going to blend it out using just a fluffier little blending brush. There we go. Awesome. And then next I'm actually going to go in and do the eyebrows. Now she has a very interesting kind of brow shape, and so I'm going to do my best to emulate it. And also what's really funny too is that when I was a baby, my mom always thought that I would grow up to look a lot like Winona Ryder, and here I am, kind of, you know, trying to look like her. Let's see. And also with this, I'm using Brett Brow's laser brow pencil, and it's a little bit like, you can see the logo is a bit damaged because I use this a lot. It's so good. And if you want to get like really good precise lines, like I mean, it's the perfect pencil. It's like a little tiny skinny pencil too. Alright, now with the other side. Alright, we have the first layer on, and also like the objective now is just to you know, draw on the tiny, like all the tiny little looking hairs, and then build on with like just a black eyeliner pencil. I'm using Obsessive Compulsive Cosmetics in the shade Tard, and I'm just gonna kind of loosely draw in a little bit of some blacker and darker shades because Lydia has black hair. And then also we're going to use Kat Von D's Tattoo Trooper eyeliner, and we're going to draw in a few more hairs, not too many. Alright, since our eyebrows are pretty much done, I'm gonna go in with just that light contour shade again, and I'm going to somewhat, you know, define my crease with it. Now, I want to define more of the inside right here than the outside. Focus just on the inner crease right here. Just kind of draw on that real quick. Take a smaller one. I'm going to take that color and we're going to kind of gently bring it out over here. You don't want anything to be winged out at all. She has very round features and she has very round eyes, so I'm going to do my best to not do that and kind of take this color and go down instead of this way. And actually this would be best to use a, you know, just like a smaller little crease brush for this. Now you want to blend this out with a smaller blending brush, like the one that I was using before, but I just lost. I found it, blah blah blah. And you want to just make sure it's still in that round shape because you do not want anything to be winged out. And we're going to take this light matte highlight from the contour palette. You want to highlight only like very certain features of, you know, just like the corner of your eye right here. So like you're going to highlight this little guy right here and this little guy down here. Alright, so now that we have that little part highlighted, I also want to go in and highlight this part just a little bit so that we can kind of define that little tired eye more. Go in here too. And this definitely helps with defining that little part more. And then we'll also blend this out with just a little like basic eyeshadow brush like this one. Now that we got that done, I actually want to put a little tiny bit more up in here. Her eyes are darker than the rest of, you know, the makeup. And I'm going to actually be done with the contour palette for now. And what I'm going to bring out is my handy dandy Kat Von D Serpentine palette. And I'm going to take the color Venom, which is a very gorgeous purple, and it matches the backdrop actually. And I'm going to put that in the outer under corners of my eye. I like to kind of take a bit of pigment without, you know, getting rid of the excess, and I like to lightly tap it on there so that it'll be there, but when I blend it out, it'll, you know, it'll work with me a little bit better. And then next we're going to do is we're going to actually take just a little bit of that Venom, just very, very lightly. You don't want to cover the whole brush in pigment. And we're going to kind of blend this down just a little bit. And also I like how purple goes with my eyes. They always, like I've read in like old, like vintage, like, I think it's like vintage Max Factor makeup tutorial books. They say that purple, lavender, or lilac is supposed to look really good with brunette eyes, but I think nowadays the rules have really gone out the window and people just do whatever they want now. But I don't know, like, it's nice. You want to bring this down just a little bit more. Alright, and what I'm going to do with this color as well is I'm going to take the little crease brush again, and I'm going to dip it in the Venom. And I'm going to put it in the corner of my eye right here. And this will kind of have, I feel like with this kind of method right here, it makes the eye look a little bit more rounded. Alright, now that we have that done, I'm going to take the black liner and I'm going to line the, you know, the underneath part of my eye. This is the effect we're getting so far. I'm actually going to define, like, that little kind of little bags under my eyes, if you will. And, just kind of make them a little bit more intense because I think I lost them a little bit when I was doing all this other stuff. So I'm going to go back in. I think that should be good actually. Now we're going to take the mascara. And we're not going to use fake lashes for this one because she's very, like, this is a very natural goth look, so. And then next we are actually going to do the lips, and I'm going to do my best to do the shape that her lips are in. And now I'm going to go over this with, this is actually Subculture by MAC. And I'm going to go over it with Noble by Kat Von D. And this is a cute little lipstick. Alrighty, so, I think we're pretty much done with this look. I'm going to, put some hair and some clothes on so you guys can see the finished look. I'm really excited for this look because I've been meaning to do it for a very long time, and so yeah, let's do it. I'll be right back. Alrighty, so we are done with this look. If you're interested in any of these costumes that I'm doing for my Halloween series, they will be available eventually on my Depop and, link in the description below. And follow me on there, and if you have a Depop too, just let me know. And so yeah, I had this wig going around, we messed with it, and I did the makeup, the look came together, and I'm really, really, really happy that I got to do this look. It's really, really cute. I really love kind of like the gothy kind of dark look this has too. And also, if I had a natural hair color, it would be black, so. So yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed this one. Please stay tuned for more of my Halloween makeup tutorials. I will be doing one every single week up until Halloween. And I might actually do like a bunch of other ones other than that too, because this stuff is fun. I love dressing up as all sorts of different people and all sorts of different characters. And I am a huge admirer of special effects makeup and makeup that's done for movies and all sorts of stuff like that, and it's really cool to try to emulate the stuff that the makeup artists do on there myself. So yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed this. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share with your friends, and I'll see you next time.